False alarm. Okay. Hey, guys, welcome back to another episode of Life with Lenoci podcast for your daily improvement, for your inside scoop on journalism, for your information on how you want to be as a person. This is why you're here, to become a better person all around, physically, mentally, and most of all, heartily. Welcome to a new episode, guys. This is probably episode like 20 or something. I don't know, maybe 19.
18.
18, episode 18. And we're here, and we're going to start off with all you have is your attitude. All you have is your attitude and how you react to things in the moment, and that's a beautiful thing. And that's what remind me if I lose track about telling you what someone said that I thought was poignant, and it stuck with me. But I want to just say, we got another write-in for the second week in a row. I said I wanted 4 in a row. I wouldn't cut my hair or shave my face until I got 4 in a row. We got 2 in a row. So we're 2 weeks away from using a razor and a phaser and a laser. Not laser. Women use lasers. But you know what? I didn't know I was going to have this energy coming in. I did not know I was going to have this energy coming in, but I sat down. Of course, the camera is as high as it was last week, and sure enough, it fucks with my brain. But you know what? It did end up it looked fine. The episode looked fine. So you know what I mean? It's fine. You don't have to speak. We try to not have Marky Mark speak as much as possible. But you know what? And then I even watched an episode how I talked about, oh, do I have poofy hair? It's nowhere near as poofy as his. But anyways, I didn't know I was going to come in with this energy. And then I was just like, okay, what's my attitude? What's my energy going to be today for the podcast? I was like, do I have a lot to go on this week? Do I have enough information to have a thoughtful, eventful episode that brings people coming back? Because that's what you want. You want to put something out there that makes people go, I learned something today. I learned a lot, and I can't wait to come back next week and learn more. And that's why I come to this podcast. And this podcast episode is going to be about attitude, because I didn't know I was going to have this energy coming in. And now that I do, I feel better, and I feel excited about this episode, even though we have no idea where it's going to go. And let's just start off with that. Let's fade the music, and we're going to get right into it. And I'm starving. So, first off, Mark, how are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You happy?
Yeah. No complaints.
Content? Voice is, changing a little bit? Starting to go through some puberty there? No complaints?
No.
No. Okay. All right. My bad. Somebody said to me this week, I thought this was funny. I was not funny. I'm sorry. We were hanging out, and, sometimes you hear things in life and you've heard them before, but they don't resonate. And when you hear it at a certain point in your life, maybe that was a time when you were ready to hear it, and then it resonates. Does that make sense? There's things like that you've heard things your whole life, I don't know. Life is like a box of chocolates. That's one, but whatever. Roll your eyes. That's from a movie. There's, the sayings that we always have. And, one thing said was, you can never react in the moment of something. I forgot what they said. Fuck. Damn it. It's basically, listen, man. In life, good or bad, great or not so great things happen. Whatever the moment is, you can't react to it immediately. You have to take it in, because you don't know what's happening sometimes. And in the sense of stand-up comedy, you never know what's going on or what's working behind the scenes, that you have no idea. And behind the scenes means if someone's doing something that's going to affect your life, or something else is happening that's going to be good for your life, or whatever you're doing, someone's seeing, and that's going to be a good thing for you later on in your life. Does that make sense, right? You don't know what is going on, right? What we know is that me and you, we work on this podcast, and we put it out. We know that. We know that we put it out. We don't know what the effects are going to be from it yet. And there could be something one day. There might not be, but there could be. And that's the same with all of the work. You only know what's in your reality, right? So you can never really kind of, it wasn't said in these words. It was said, well, man, I wish I could articulate what was said, but like, does this make sense what I'm saying? It was kind of like in kind of like in,
Well, I too wish you could articulate what you're trying to say.
well, I'm just trying to say is, attitude is everything. That's really what, we'll just, if you, even in scary moments, an attitude could save you. You could save you because everything is always temporary, and you just have to be, man, what a real bummer. It's almost like there was bases loaded, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, down 3, and you hit a ball and you think it's a grand slam and the guy catches it just over the wall. That's kind of what just happened with this podcast.
No,
We
I would argue it was a foul tip that was caught by the catcher.
Oh, wow. Good one. Good one. Be mean. Well, that was kind of like, it sounded like I had something, and because it popped in my head, and I was like, let me talk about this and let me go for it. And then, and then as I was talking about it, I realized I don't really know how to articulate what I heard because I forgot the word the person used. But I was like, yeah, you don't know. You just basically, the sum of things was like, you don't know what will be a year from now and what will be 2 years from now. You just don't, you can't get caught up in the moment of situations. Basically that's what I'm taking from it. And then I'm taking from a personal experience of like, maybe, talking to my mom and what she's going through, and, she'll be, she'll sometimes be down and negative. This person was a very positive influence in my life and always was a positive person. She's having such a rough time, a rough couple of years. She's just kind of, sometimes she's down, and it's just weird to see that, like, I have to pick her up out of this attitude. I'm like, come on, like, you got to look at the bright side. And that's easier said than done, with anything in life. It's always easier to tell someone that, but maybe sometimes they need to hear it, and it's a reminder. On a lighter note, somebody wrote in, and it's nothing as crazy as the week before with it's weird. Can I just say this? After what we talked about last week with the old man and his dog, I've now on my TikTok algorithm seen 2 different clips of people rescuing a dog that was in a car, that was like left in a car with the windows up, no air conditioning on, which is now like, maybe because the first one I saw, I watched to the end. Now they're like, ooh, he likes these. It's not that I like them. I'm just like, this is crazy that this still happens. The first one was in Las Vegas. It was a Las Vegas clip on like a parking garage roof, and they already had the dog out, and the lady was holding it in the lap, and he was like that. It was like a little baby husky. And that's where it picks up from. And then it shows a guy walking up, and he goes, is that your Mercedes? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, get your hands behind your back. And he puts him in handcuffs and he arrests him. It's a felony, actually.
Wait, there was already a cop on scene?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And it was a felony.
It wasn't like a citizen's arrest?
No. And it was a felony. And the reason I think it went viral was because of the disdain in the cop's voice. Like, he was very, like, he was pissed. He's like, he was like you could tell he was so hurt by the fact that this guy left this in Vegas, where it's over 110 degrees right now.
Oh, yeah.
So, but thankfully that dog was saved, and obviously this guy was arrested, like put in the back of the car, and it's like, and then he was, I was reading, it's a felony. So that's a felony in certain states. I don't know, what states it's not or whatever. So that one was, you didn't see that it actually happened. You just saw the post thing, and the reason the video went viral was because of the way the cop was like, you're like, yeah, that's great that he was just there was so much care in his voice. The second one was in Manhattan, or maybe New York, somewhere in New York. I don't know if it's Manhattan, and maybe like Upper East Side or something, like the suburban-ish part. And the lady, it's a Mercedes SUV or an Audi SUV, right? And you can see in the window, and there's a dog just sitting there, like a golden doodle, right? Like maybe like a 40-pound one, not really big and it's like kind of looking around. And the video starts. It's only been a half hour though, right? So you're like, a few things go through your mind. You're like,
but like a half
hour is still long, yeah.
It's an eternity.
Yeah, that is a long time. Okay.
Like even 5 minutes in your car when it's really hot out is noticeable.
Yeah. I agree. But also, when I did leave my dog in the car, if it was, first of all, the car was usually on. If it's running in to get coffee, it's something like that. But the windows are always down too. Like, he's a big dog. There's enough to, like, for him to like stick his head out and go, like, you know what I mean? Like, but also most of the time I was always just leaving my car on because I had my Wrangler, and it was just like, I don't keep anything valuable in there, so I don't care. So I just keep it unlocked and the car on. But so the dog's in there, and you can see the lady recording, and the firefighters or cops are there now. They got there within the half hour, and the owner's not there yet, and they're recording, and they come in with that little piece, and they pop open the
Slim
door,
Jim.
and then they unlock it, right? They don't break the window and stuff. And they get the dog open, and the door open, the dog comes out, and some guy has a water bowl. There's already like a few people waiting around, and they're like, yeah, it's messed up. And then the lady comes walking up, and it seems like, a nice, normal lady who just fucked up. So this is where I start having mixed feelings a little bit. Like, yeah, I'm like, come on. She goes, what happened? And then they kind of surround her, and they're talking to her. And what were you thinking? She's like, I don't know. I just like maybe lost track of time. Like I just thought it was like 5 minutes, and I was just running in, and then that was it. And she's doing that, and she's just like probably a lady in her like late 30s, maybe our age, maybe 40s.
Oh, I thought you were leading me to believe it was like an 80-year-old woman and she had like lost track of time. Like, no.
No. It's someone like our age, probably.
Oh, no
Maybe.
excuse.
And she's just like, I'm sorry. And they're like, you could get in real trouble. And they're talking to her, and the lady, she's like, yeah, you fuck. Like, she's being like real pissed off and stuff. But they end up just kind of like talking to her and for a while, and like, you got to think about that better. Like, the cop was like really kind of like, scolding her, but like let her have the dog back and go away. And but listen, people are mad, that's why that went viral. The thing about this is, like, I do believe, you never know who someone is. Let's also remind ourselves about that. You never know who someone is, but I don't think it was malicious what she was doing. Like the guy in Vegas, that was malicious, right? Or he just didn't care. Not like he was trying to kill the dog. He just was like, fuck this dog, right? That was his attitude. This was like, she's an idiot. She's just a fucking idiot. So they let her leave with the dog too, because you could tell it was a family dog, because when she walked up, the dog was like jumping up and down, happy to see her. It didn't know.
Because it almost died of heat stroke.
But didn't know like why. But so they let her go, and people were probably upset, like, why would she even get to have the dog? And was it a half hour? Was it 15? Sure. If it's even 15, it's not allowed. I get it. But like, where's the line of whether, do you punish someone with something like this? Then last one, I see a post about a dog, a 19-year-old dog was, the term they used, it was on Instagram. The term they used was, it was forfeited by the family. Is that what they would say? So I guess this family dropped it off at the shelter and was like, that's it. We've had, and the whole thing is like, how could someone have a dog for 19 years and then say, we can't do it anymore? And then maybe you're thinking like, is it because they knew it was coming to an end and they didn't want to be a part of it emotionally, which is still fucked up, because then like, what about that dog's last moment? But the post was, hey, the dog was forfeited to the shelter. Thankfully, there was a family that took it in. Here we are. Happy 20th birthday to the dog. It made it a year.
Surrendered, I would
say. Surrendered was what it was. And people were like, how could you surrender a dog after 19 years? Just like what that would do emotionally to the dog. Because the dogs do,
Yeah, it's had its whole life. Attached. And then it's like, okay, things are slowing down.
I would, and you'll never know who the family was, but like, and you never know what the reason is. For all we know, they could have been like, the spouse died. Who knows? Who knows what happened? But, they're not going to get into the details. And also, that's not for our information. But the fact is, there was a dog surrendered at 19. And then they were posting like, happy birthday. He made it another year. And this family like took him in to take care of him. And that goes back into last week's episode when we're like, listen, regardless of how high maintenance that dog could be, there's someone out there that can take care of this dog. And hopefully, maybe they'll write back in and give us a recap about what happened. So, that's just food for thought there. And at the end of the day, we're here and we're just two athletes trying to like make life better. So why don't you get into a write-in? We got another write-in and it's something a little bit more lighthearted and fun. So a little bit lighthearted and fun.
All right. Hey, Michael, great podcast.
Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you so much. Without me, it's nothing.
I have a question I was hoping you could help me with. I'm trying to book a trip and I'm torn about where to go. I want to travel internationally, but I've seen a lot of Western Europe, the Caribbean, and Canada, and I want to go somewhere new. Where would you recommend? Where is your favorite place you've been? And where is somewhere you've always wanted to go and haven't been yet?
Okay, well, I mean, first of all, just for starters, I mean, listen, I have never been to Italy or Greece, and those are the two places I want to go. If I am ever in Europe again, I am gonna make those. I'm gonna see Italy and Greece. I just feel like those are, it's kind of where society started, and it didn't, but it kind of like architecture and the Romans and the Greeks started architecture. What? Why are you? Okay, somebody's getting mad, and he's right here. What's up?
I would say Egyptians predate them by about 15,000 years.
Oh, they built pyramids. Okay, but that's not architecture. We're talking about modern day architecture was invented by the Greeks.
Oh.
What's going on, dude? We're gonna argue hardcore right now. Do you understand that?
My brother is an architect.
Yes, but modern day architecture it roots back to the Greeks. You know that. That's what they tell you.
No.
Yes, they do. It's modern. Some of the architecture that the Greeks use is still used today.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
But we're talking about like Greek revival stuff, anything with columns.
Sure, but like they were the first ones to start
But
like building
columns
buildings
even
and stuff.
predate Greece.
But listen, they built buildings and stuff and houses.
Yeah, and so did ancient Egyptians.
That was just clay
Early
made into
China,
squares.
Mesopotamia.
Nah, built in squares. That's just that's branches and shit tied together. You got a headache, dude?
Yes.
You got a headache.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on.
So wrong.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to tell you this right now. Let me say this just for clip. The Greeks invented housing. The Greeks invented housing. They started architecture, and everything you see today was because of the Greeks. Okay, and that is a fact. Everybody says other things. If they say other things, it's a lie. It's a myth. It's a conspiracy theory. The Greeks created museums. When you walk into a museum and there's columns, that's because of Greeks. When you watch hold on, I got to clip this, bro. Don't make noises. When you watch Law and Order and they're walking down those steps of that that building is because of the Greeks. The Greeks started modern architecture, not the Egyptians, not the Japanese people or the Chinese people or the Vikings. No, that's like branches and trees and ropes and stuff. No, we're talking about columns, concrete, marble, dude, marble. The whole reason we have marble is because of the Greeks.
Everything
That's
that
fine.
Greece did was influenced by Egyptian architecture.
Agree to disagree. I agree to disagree.
Okay.
The Egyptians just built 3 pyramids and that was it. And some tombs.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Mark?
Valley of the Queens, Valley of the Kings, Lower and Upper Egypt, Alexandria. All before the Greeks.
All right. Well, we're moving on.
We're talking temples.
Listen.
We're talking crazy ass temples.
No marble. There was no
first plumbing.
No.
Or toilet with plumbing.
That was
Egypt.
No, that was the first.
Egypt.
Benjamin Franklin created that stuff.
Not at all.
The John. Why is it called the John? That guy invented toilets. The John something. John something invented toilets. Do you know that? Do you know the guy who invented a toilet is called John something? That's why they call it the John. Do you know that part though? They might have invented like pooping in a hole and putting water in it, but do you know who invented like the actual toilet? The guy's name is John something, and that's why they call it. I gotta use the John. You know that's what it is.
Yeah, sure, but
Fine.
the first
that's
toilet
besides
with
the
plumbing
point.
was
Besides the point, Mark.
thousands of years before.
The point of the whole episode is I would go visit Greece or Italy to answer the girl's question. Now, Mark, it can't ruin your day. The podcast is a joke. We're here to get clickbait, man. I'm here to get people.
It drives me insane.
You know what, Duvin? I'm here to get people upset.
Willfully ignorant.
Mark,
it's working.
Yes, we have to get people upset so they comment. All the viral videos are from like people arguing in the post. So that's going to be a great clip. And this is in context. Whether it's true or not, guess who doesn't care? Greeks rule. Anyways, so Italy, Greece. The thing is, I've been to Amsterdam, loved it, but you've all been through Western Europe already. So you said you don't want to see that. You've been through the Caribbean, Canada. Pull up the question again. Where's a suggestion you've never been? Sounds like you've never been to, China or Thailand or Japan. Maybe check out some of that because that's something new. I mean, it seems like you don't even need my help. Seems like that's where you need to go. Unless you have never been to the pyramids. Maybe go to Egypt. I do want to go see here's the thing about Egypt. Do you go to Egypt and then you see the pyramids and you're like, this is it? Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to just.
So literally the pyramids, you go for like half a day.
And then that's it.
And then go enjoy the rest of the country.
Yeah.
Because the pyramids are cool. They're awe-inspiring.
It's like go and see the White House. It's like,
not
whoopity
at all. Because these, you don't understand. Like, just the single block is about 9 feet high.
Yeah. They're big. They're tall.
Thousands of them.
They're like the size of the
enormous.
How high are they? Google. How tall? Let's compare to like the Empire State Building. They're not that tall, obviously, but they're they're probably what, 30 stories high or less? 300 feet? 300 feet? 20 stories high? How many stories? I want to hear stories. How many stories
455
feet. So 45 stories high. That's about how high it is. 45-story building. Like a 45-story building, which is
starting with like 9-foot granite blocks.
Yeah. And they were moved by ancient aliens. Helped them out. And that's what happened. Till this day, they have no idea how they were built. Do you know that?
No, they do.
No, Mark?
I studied it.
Mark, and whatever you studied is not factual. They think it took maybe thousands of years to build.
They dammed the Nile River when it was flooding and wider, and then they were able to drop the lower levels off ships because all the stone came from Upper Egypt.
The problem with this is we don't care. So, what was the last question? Where would I suggest going? That's where I would go, but I would suggest, it sounds like you've been to all these places.
And then it asks, where was your favorite?
I mean, Amsterdam was awesome. That was an awesome place to go. I mean, I've been to Mexico, but that was fun with a group of friends. But like Amsterdam was cool because it was a different culture. You get to ride your bikes. It's peaceful. Everyone's happy. You can go smoke pot, drink Coke, have a good time. People are nice. I like the fries and mayonnaise there. Never did that before until I was there. Everybody has French fries and mayonnaise, and it's not a bad idea. And also their mayonnaise is better than our mayonnaise because it's like, however, it's like homemade or something. So Amsterdam was fun, but it sounds like you need to go to Egypt. I actually would suggest maybe, it sounds like you've been all over Eastern Europe. You said like, so you've been to Spain and all that, but I would say, nothing really gets me going in Africa besides Egypt. So, I mean, I'm not going to go.
You should check out South Africa. It's gorgeous. It's very European.
Sure, but it's just like, all right, I'd rather just go to Australia. Same thing. You know what I mean? What are we doing? Same. I hear the same voices. So all it is Australians who took a boat and they settled in the tip of. That's what that is. That's what South Africans are. South Africans are Australians that just kind of came in. So the story, I studied South Africa in college. The story behind that is Australians, kind of like they had a Christopher Columbus in Australia. He sailed and discovered the tip of, South Africa, and then they settled in and killed all the mainland people that were there because they gave them diseases and stuff, and they took over, and they're like, oh what and they took over South Africa. So that's real.
God, you're making my brain hurt.
Well, you know what, man? Get on board because that's
somewhere someone will listen to this episode and be dumber for listening to it.
Listen, if you listen to this podcast, you're dumber. Oh, you know what? I think I saw someone join the Patreon, and you know what? We're going to look right now to see if we're at close to 10, because we said if we get to 10, we'll start doing little bonus episodes for them. Or you know what? They get the episode early. And then they get producer credits and then whatever. Just a lot of, we'll figure it out. But there is a Patreon if you're interested. It's only $5, but we don't push it hard because we're just waiting for, this to gain steam, because we want, the clickbait stuff. This is called the Clickbait Podcast. Man, we should change the name. Again, how annoyed would you be? The Clickbait Podcast. It's hot in here, huh? The whole building, or just in this room?
It's a little warm.
Yeah. But thank you for writing in. Everybody, you can write in lenoci.michael@gmail.com. It's all anonymous. Every time I say anonymous, I feel like I'm Trump. It's anonymous. It's anonymous. I don't know. I don't do, whatever. We don't know yet. It's anonymous. I'm voting for him. I'll tell you that right now. I'm voting for Trump. I want it back. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let's get it going again. Listen, to me, I don't see a difference in society. It's still effed up. Everybody's messed up. Everybody's angry. Everybody's upset. Everything's messed up. Let's go. Let's get him back in there, man. Who wants 4 new years, 4 new seasons, 4 new seasons of like one of the best TV shows I've ever seen, best television shows I've ever seen? Sopranos, Breaking Bad, Trump's first 4 years in office. I mean, that's top 3 television shows I've ever seen. Let's bring back the show, baby. Let's bring it back. Listen, don't get mad at me. BLM, love it. Not, whatever, all the other social stuff. Yeah, fuck that. But let's bring back that TV show, huh? Let's get it back. Let's get that TV show back, man. It's going to be good clips. Good clippings. Let's bring him back. I'm not Republican, but let's get him back. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I vote liberal, but I want Trump in. I'm a liberal voting for Trump because I want to watch 4 more years of that. Because listen, at the end of the day, we all survived, and what's 4 more years? We're going to be fine. It's all going to be messed up. Listen, in 2038, we're going to be mad at whoever's in office. So let's just enjoy this one because we're not going to get something like this again, right? In 2038, we're going to be upset about something else. We are. I promise you. We're going to be upset about something else. So let's just get him in. 4 years. We'll have good content. We're going to have great content because right now, Biden is just not funny and not entertaining. He's just more embarrassing at this point. He's just kind of like, I told you we should have put Bernie in there. That would have been fun to watch. It would have been fun to watch Bernie for a while because I think he would have been entertaining. But, whatever. People think, he's, I don't know. Maybe he's because he's Jewish or something. I don't know. He's Jewish, right? Yeah. Sanders. Colonel Sanders. That's his name, Colonel Sanders. We call him Colonel Sanders. So, I don't know. What do you got for me, buddy? How's your doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just kind of wanted to get this. You know what? Let's get real. I was like, do I want to do the podcast tomorrow? And I was like, no, because, football season's here. So I'm going to start doing my really like talking about football. I'm really excited about football season, man. It really brings joy to me.
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on.
A football question?
Yeah.
Are you excited about this season with the Dolphins?
Yeah. I'm excited every season. Even when like we were supposed to be like how about
I know something. Wait, I got something I gotta put just because I want to see your reaction.
Okay, I'll fuck you up if you say something stupid. But I'll just say this, before you ask, in 2018, going into the season, we knew we were going to be like a 4-12 team. I was still excited because I follow it so heavily that I'm like, ooh, let me see how these young players are going to come together. And it was a coach's first year. Now it's like, the mass of the media is saying 9 wins. And then obviously hopeful fans are like, no, we could win 11. And then it all just depends on what this how his play calling comes out. And, they got one of the most exciting offenses coming out. So, and the defense has already been the top 5. So very excited. Yes. Ask the question.
You remember the other week I asked you
to come to the beach,
the bonfire with Ricky?
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill showed up.
No, he didn't.
Yep.
That's not possible.
Yep.
He would have been in Miami at training camp.
He was here because he has the same media manager as Ricky. He came to the bonfire.
I don't believe you. Are you sure it was him?
Yep. Introduced himself.
So he just kind of flew here for 2 days and flew back.
No, he was in LA for Lord knows what. Probably ESPN.
No, I guess training, it started this week, was training camp, so he had a week off. So he probably flew back before Monday. Because that was on a Saturday, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had to have been back by Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I mean, dude, that guy, he's something. He's got a
Shoulda hung
personality.
out, man.
It's fine. It's not meant to be. You know what? I promise you, I'll probably have an introduction with him when they come practice here for a week. They're coming in when they, they're going to be here for in between. They play San Francisco and then LA, so they're on the
In
West
the
Coast for a
preseason?
week. No. During the season, like
Oh,
in
okay.
late December.
Okay.
They're just not going to go back and forth. It's too much traveling.
And you're still on the Tua train?
I wasn't really on the Tua train. I was kind of like, okay,
Wait, did they sign? Who are the backups?
Teddy Bridgewater.
Ooh.
Here's the thing about Tua. He's when you break down the numbers, you're like, okay, he's only got to play 21 games. First year, he didn't get to train. He was rehabbing. They pushed him in because of politics, what was going on. Then you find out all this stuff about Flores. They never even liked each other. And now you have Mike McDaniels, whose system is a West Coast offense, quick release ball, all speed. They beefed up the line. We had the worst O-line the last 2 years. Now they brought in two guys. I'm not sold on. I don't think he can. I would have to see more tape of him. I don't think he's going to be a top 5 guy, but can he run this offense? Let's see. I'll know by week 8. You know what I mean? Like there's guys. Listen, Garoppolo got to the NFC Championship and a Super Bowl. He can be better than that. So that's what I'm saying. Can he be like a Troy Aikman? Troy Aikman's not a top 15 quarterback of all time, but he won 3 Super Bowls. You know what I mean? So there's guys that can win. Ben Roethlisberger, maybe he could be a top 10. Probably.
Yeah, Ben had skill. I would argue that people like Flacco had no desire.
Flacco won. But Flacco, the thing is, Flacco had an arm.
Or what's his name? The other Ravens QB that won.
Trent Dilfer.
Yes.
So the thing is, some guys can, Tua's got a pocket presence like Ben Roethlisberger. He can. It's like there's things that you just listen. At the end of the day, everything in life is faster. Comedy, bam, bam. It's got to be cut quicker. Sports. Is he good yet? Basketball needs to be a star by now, or is he not good enough? Same with football. 21 games is out is just outrageous to say whether someone is going to be a career backup or not yet. You know what I mean? Like even with what's going on with Mayfield, like, all right, he's on Carolina, but like I'm not going to sit there and say I don't know. Like he had a great year 2 years ago. Then last year he was kind of dealing with an injury, so it's like it's kind of weird.
He's also dealing with being a Brown.
Yeah, he's going into his 5th year, so I don't know if he's not going to be it yet. So I don't know.
Are you gonna allow Haley to be back on the Tua train, or are you gonna have to rug her again on that?
Well, she likes Tua because of his personality. So, I'll send her videos of Tua to watch, and I make her watch stuff. And you know what? I'm gonna make her watch some of the games this year with us because one of my best friends moved here. One of my boys from high school lives here and big Dolphin fan, and his girlfriend will go to his place and we'll watch games.
Is he also a stuntman?
No.
Not Joe.
No. Joe was like, I knew him in high school, but who wasn't. You know what's funny about Joe? Oh, dude, this is funny. I should actually check right now. So Joe graduated JP Taravella class of 2002, right? I graduated JP Taravella class of 2003. I'm older, went to pre-first, but the point is, I got an invite on Facebook. It's 2022 for the 20th high school reunion for the class of 2022. And I'm like, huh? Why? And I accepted it. And I just remembered, I want to go like, can't wait, guys. This is going to be unbelievable. Such a fun year we had that time. Like, or something like, you know what's going on right now? The Wi-Fi in here is bothering me. Here we go. So, okay, here it is. I accepted it. Okay, here it is. There's a post. I'm in it. I'm in it right now.
Okay.
So
you're in the wrong year.
Well, they made a thing, and I'm in the JPT 2002.
But everybody knows you didn't graduate with them.
Yeah, for the most part.
Interesting. As he sits and types.
I'm writing. All right, Joe Fiorella put a post. He goes, "Who's planning on attending?" Let's Party Bitches is an option. It's me and my boo thing. And I regret to inform you that I will not be joining in on the fun. 66% Let's Party. 21% it's me and my boo thing. And 13% I regret to inform. And then I'm adding one now. Hell yeah, can't wait.
Nice. Do you think Joe will chime in? Or do you think he just accepts you coming? Do you feel like there will be any resistance?
I don't know.
Or did everybody in high school hate you?
No. I think people will laugh, dude. I'm writing now. So excited to be a part of this.
Uh-huh.
And that's it. And then I left it. So that's it, really. That's like a little fun inside joke. That's all I really have. Oh, I was going to say, like, I was like, I want to do the podcast today. It's a Sunday. And then, we put it out Wednesday. And, I don't know. All right, you're done. This guy's looking at me like he's like, why are we even doing this?
Well, you ran out of steam and then we had a bunch of radio silence as you were texting.
Well, it's a video podcast. It gets more views than listens, so.
Does it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Whatever. I mean, this is for us. It's supposed to be therapy. It's hot in here. I mean, whatever. I guess we could have drama next week. We'll figure something out. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We lost steam. And we'll see you. We'll see you on the flip side. Like, subscribe, and comment. And write in, please.